Hey, so I wanted to make a video about some challenges that I face living in Japan. Hey, Allie. Want to say hi? And I guess a lot of them can just pertain to, like, being a foreigner in any country, because none of them are really specific to Japan. There are a lot of small things culturally that I find hard about living in Japan, but nothing that's, like, debilitating. And most of the challenges that I face are just general things. So I'm going to talk about that. So this is one of those videos where I don't want to just wing it, because it's a kind of an important topic, for me at least. So I wrote everything down, and I'm going to read this. So first thing is obviously the fact that I can't see my family and friends, and I came here to study abroad, and I wasn't planning on living here at that point in time, so I never really felt like I had an opportunity to say goodbye to, like, my friends. And I shouldn't have to say goodbye because I still see them, but I didn't, like, get to spend a whole bunch of time with them before. Now I only can see them once a year, if even once a year, so I feel that was a really hard transition for me. The second thing that I found to be difficult for me is, so this might come off sounding a little bit shallow, but I feel like it's hard for people to grasp what kind of person I am in Japan. It's hard for them to read my atmosphere. For example, if I was living in America and say that I was going to take the bus somewhere, and the person sitting next to me has a t-shirt on, and it has some, like, underground, like, band logo on it that I like, and no one else I know knows that band, and so that kind of intrigues me about that person. And then I hear them listening to some music in their headphones. I hear it, and it's like something else I listen to, and automatically I feel like I have a connection to this person. And, like, something about them, I know that you can't judge somebody by their appearance, but I feel like a connection to somebody without having to even talk to them. So say, like, I noticed that this person that I've never talked to on the bus has a sticker on their book, and it says GSA, Gay Straight Alliance. I was part of the Gay Straight Alliance in high school, so I think, okay, so maybe we share some opinions on other things as well, not only music. So even though I've never met this person, by the outward appearance I can gather some things about them. Obviously I don't know anything about their personality, but that's still a link to somebody. And so even though this person's a stranger to me, I know that we like the same music, I know that we believe in gay rights, so maybe I tap them on the shoulder and, hey, okay, I'm going to try to talk to this person because they seem like an interesting person. And maybe, you know, the words that they choose, the way that we talk is also a way that we express who we are. You know, you can kind of read into somebody a little bit about, yeah, by the way that they talk and by the way that they hold themselves. And that's also a way that we kind of get a glimpse into maybe what kind of person they are. And, you know, so maybe I talk to this person and maybe I realize I don't like them at all. Maybe there's something about what they say to me I find rude, or I just don't like their personality. But, you know, that atmosphere about that person that I read into could be a possible connection, a possible friendship. Maybe that person on the bus really does share something similar with my personality. Maybe that person and I continue to talk after that bus, and maybe I meet some of their friends, and their friends are also kind of similar to that person's interests. They have similar views as me, and that's another route for me to make friends. So I feel like in Japan, it's really hard for people to relate to what kind of person I am, because naturally I speak a different language, I wear different clothes, I come from a different culture, so I might have different political views or different beliefs on different things, and I know that we can't ever judge what kind of person somebody is without really getting to know them, but I feel like if it's a person from our culture, we can gather things about them, about their atmosphere about them, that we can sort of think, okay, maybe this person is a possible friend, maybe I can relate to this person. Whereas I feel that in Japan, it's really hard for people to see what kind of person I am. And even after getting to know them, it takes a really long time, a lot of different, maybe like 5 or 6 times for them to generally get an idea of maybe what kind of person I am. Anyway, I'm ranting. It's hard for me in Japan to make friends. I think that's something you'll only understand if you've lived outside of your own country. And that is really hard for me. I only have a handful of friends here, and they are the people that I've taken a long time to get to know me and who I now feel comfortable with just hanging out with. But like, it's not like America where I can make friends so easily with people or connect easily with people. Alright, well, the last challenge that I have that I face here is Japanese. So it's not the grammatical use of Japanese or the vocabulary or whatever technical use of it that I find hard, but the feelings behind language. So, for example, I tell you I love you means aishiteru in Japanese. And so you've never heard that before, and you're an English speaker, and maybe you think that's interesting, so you teach it to your boyfriend. And your boyfriend remembers aishiteru, okay, aishiteru means I love you. And so the first time that he tells you I love you, he says it in Japanese, and he says aishiteru. You know what the meaning of aishiteru is, but you still just don't get that little tingly feeling that you get when you hear I love you. That words don't send that little message to your brain that sends you that little fuzzy feeling. That I love you, the words I love you take a whole lifetime to build meaning, and you know, the I love yous that your parents tell you, that your friends tell you, all of those things play into those words that you hear that make you feel things. And I feel like that's kind of a problem that I face every day with words. I don't connect emotions to them. Not the emotions that I would connect to the English words that I hear. For example, like, if it were English, I would know what's rude to say or what might come out wrong if I say it in a certain manner, because I have feelings connected to those words. So even before I say them, I think about the feelings with the words. So if I hear the phrase, "you're wrong," in English, I'll associate lots of negative feelings to that phrase. I associate maybe a fight I had with my friend, or all these different previous times I've heard that word in my life. And so for me, Japanese is fresh, and there's no feelings that I have attached to those words. And I feel that I often say things in Japanese, and I don't intend for them to be rude. I don't intend for them to sound wrong or negative. But later on, I go home, and I'm thinking about what I said, and I'm translating it back into English. And then all of a sudden, all those feelings come sparking up into me, and I'm like, oh, maybe I said that wrong, and if that were English, it would have really been rude. And then I overthink, I'm always thinking and regretting and worrying about things that I say. And I always have to ask Suki, like, did I say something wrong? Could this have been taken the wrong way? And sometimes it does get taken the wrong way. I mean, most people are forgiving of my Japanese or whatever because they understand that I'm a foreigner, not perfect at Japanese, I'm going to mess up. And so I've never really offended anybody that much, but for me it's a constant struggle because I want to have those feelings when I'm speaking. I want to be able to connect emotions to the words that I say, but I think that it'll take a lot more time, a lot more experience, and a lot more, like I said, all the experience I've had with "you're wrong" makes me feel negative when I hear it, I'm going to have to hear like chigayo in Japanese a lot more times in order to feel that negative feeling when I hear it. And I think that's just going to take time. But those are the 3 biggest struggles that I have living here, and they might seem like really small things or maybe things that you've never even thought about, but for me it's the little mental things or whatever those are the largest challenges that I face, more than, you know, kanji or whatever other challenges there may be here, the subway system, or those things you can learn, you can figure out, but mental things and friendship and family and all those things are going to take a lot of time to get adjusted to. Anyway, so if you're a foreigner living in another country, let me know what challenges you face. And I hope this video was not too boring. Anyway, bye. Say bye, Ellie. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.